This is Twit.
What are your favorite iOS 8 features that have received the least attention so far, Andy?
I would have to say the camera features, because as good as the camera is, there's always those limitations that limit it to being just a phone camera. And not only the amount of control that you will be able to have over picture taking, but also the kind of camera apps that will now be possible. I mean, computational photography is a phrase that if you don't know by now, you will know next year. The ability to take this tiny little lens and this tiny little image sensor, and by doing lots and lots of math and taking lots of different pictures, building a synthetic image that is as good in quality as a 35mm film camera. Those things are possible with an A7 processor and the ability to have full control over the imaging features. So I think that photography this time next year is going to be a totally different beast on the iPhone than it ever was before.
Renee, what do you think?
I quite like a lot of the privacy features, and I feel like, Andy, they're not quite getting a lot of attention yet. For example, they're doing randomization of MAC addresses if you're scanning for the internet. They can't track you. Sorry.
Because when you walk through a mall, even just the fact that your phone is searching for a Wi-Fi base station, if you don't connect, the fact that your ID is being broadcast, they're being collected and used, and like that's why I try to remember to turn off my phone. And I'm sorry, I'm something, but yes, I'm excited too.
Well, yeah, Andy was showing off a bag that he put his phone in a few weeks ago to make sure that they couldn't track. And that also, when you go to private browsing mode now, it just shifts you over to a whole new window. And I think they showed that for the Mac. I don't know if they've shown that for iOS or not yet. But then it switches into DuckDuckGo modes because they don't track you either. Right. And there's just, throughout the entire thing, they architected it for security and privacy. And that is absolutely a differentiator that will matter to some people. And I'm glad that since they don't make their money on that, they can, of course, afford to be as generous as they possibly can with that. And I, for one, appreciate it.
So iOS, and Luke actually asked about this too, is using fake or random network identifiers. Random, is it MAC addresses?
Yeah, MAC addresses. It randomizes the MAC address.
Right.
For the phone.
Yeah.
But only like in that mode where you're not connecting to locate a base station. When you connect, then it goes to the real McCoy.
Sometimes
again, you're not giving it away. You're not broadcasting your identity for free when you walk through a mall anymore.
There's certainly times when you want the MAC address to be stable, like when you're doing a MAC address filtered.